Up until now, the Absolute Universe has been very isolated. Batman has been stuck in Gotham dealing with corruption, broken villains in a city that feels like it's actively rotting. Wonder Woman has been operating on a completely different mythical level: gods, magic, ancient forces, and divine consequences. So when these two finally collide, it's not a crossover. It's the moment the Absolute Universe starts becoming a shared universe for the heroes and not just the villains. And it starts in Gotham. And for the second time ever, we see the bat symbol light the sky of absolute Gotham City. The first time was when he lit up the money from Black Mask's offer. This time it is being projected by green magic. Regardless, it does the job. Diana uses her power to ignite the bat signal, forcing Batman's attention. When the two finally meet face to face, their first conversation is exactly as awkward and tense as you'd expect. Batman immediately asks how her magic works. Wonder Woman immediately asks if he's a god. Right away, this tells you everything about them in this universe. Wonder Woman reveals her and Cersei had a bet on whether he was a god. Bruce is analytical, cautious, skeptical. Diana operates on faith, myth, and power beyond explanation. Diana reveals she's in Gotham hunting a killer leaving behind the mark of Hecate, a symbol tied to dark magic and witchcraft. Batman agrees to help, but before they go, she gives him something important: a talisman of Hecate. Touch it, demand an audience with Diana of the Wild Isle, and she will appear, but he can only use it 3 times. At the crime scene, everything feels off. Diana quickly realizes the Hecate symbols are fake. This isn't a ritual, it's bait. They follow the trail to an abandoned church where a cult is mid-ceremony, chanting, invoking power, opening something they don't understand. And that's when the magic turns. Wonder Woman becomes possessed. She attacks Batman, throwing him across the room, overpowering him effortlessly, ripping his axe from his hands. Bruce realizes very quickly that he is completely outmatched. This isn't a fight he can win. So Batman does the unthinkable. He activates the talisman, not to call Wonder Woman, but to demand an audience with Diana of the Wild Isle. And Diana's response? Think Hecate. But before they can fully share a moment of relief, the church they are in explodes. Both barely escape with their lives. And then the real twist hits. This entire encounter was orchestrated. The cult, the fake symbols, the possession, all of it was a setup, engineered by Joker and Veronica Cale watching from the shadows and testing their board. The issue ends with Diana revealing she knows Bruce's real name, and the two agreeing that whatever is coming next, they'll need Superman and others. Batman's final words? Happy holidays, Diana. And that's the first team-up issue. I thought Absolute Wonder Woman 15 was awesome, but we pick up on these two characters again in Absolute Batman 16. Bruce is back at work, literally. He's rebuilding the arena where he fought Bane, and then we learn something wild. Lucius Fox is his boss on the construction crew. I love getting the first appearance of Absolute Lucius Fox here. This Bruce Wayne isn't a billionaire pulling strings from above. He's grounded, working class, rebuilding the city with his own bare hands. Bruce also revisits the hospital to check on Harvey Dent and Oswald Cobblepot, both slowly transforming into Two-Face and Penguin. Gotham's villains aren't snapping overnight, they're decaying, and they are quick to point out that Bruce won't even look at them while trying to bring them food. Then Batman heads to Gotham Museum. He uses the Talisman of Hecate again, knowing he only has one use left, and Wonder Woman appears. She reminds him he only has one more call. Bruce asks for a favor. He wants to know if she can help turn Killer Croc back into Waylon Jones. That request sends him on a 2-week-long journey, except time doesn't pass at all, into a realm between heaven and hell called Aia. Here, Bruce and Diana actually connect. They learn almost everything about each other, and I hate to say it because I've never been a Batman Wonder Woman guy, but if either of these characters were to have a love interest outside of Selina and Steve Trevor, I could see this working out. Anyways, Diana uses her magic to give Bruce a moment of closure with his father, a rare moment of peace in this brutal universe. They fight Acrolos, the Centaur, Lord of Transformation, a being that challenges Batman both physically and spiritually, but Batman is thrown from the battlefield, but he returns riding Pegasus, who Wonder Woman said wouldn't like him. Together they defeat Acrolos, retrieve the artifact Bruce needs, and Batman brings it back to Gotham after Wonder Woman carries him home. And Batman gives the necklace to Croc, hoping to cure his friend. The issue ends with the chilling tease: next, Ivy. So before we talk about anything, I want to open up a discussion with you, the viewer. I love talking comics with you guys in the comments and hearing your unique takes and finds. Batman has one more use of the Talisman of Hecate. What do you think it'll be? He used it to pull Diana back from possession, and a second time to try to save Waylon. I predict that the third use will be for a moment where he is in danger, maybe about to die, the moment where it's time to meet Superman and form the Trinity. Or could it be just an attempt to take down Joker and Veronica Cale? Perhaps the Absolute Justice League? Let me know what you think. So, what does all of this mean? The team up isn't about romance or banter, it's about scale. Batman represents humanity, trying to survive collapse. Wonder Woman represents myth, awakening in a world that's not ready. Joker and Veronica Cale pulling strings tells us the Absolute Universe isn't just darker, it's planned. And the final agreement to bring Superman in confirms it. The Absolute Trinity is coming, and they're forming not because they want to, but because they're gonna have no choice if they want to stop what's coming. This was the first Absolute Batman team up, and it already feels like a turning point for the entire universe. If you want to break down on what happens next with Poison Ivy and the rest of the Batman rogues that we're about to get in the Absolute Universe, make sure you're subscribed. And if you've read these issues, let me know. Did they live up to the hype for you? Because this story is only getting started. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.